So today we want to launch our first EC2 server so that we can put our application there so that people can have access to our resources very fast. And mind you, you need to select the location where you actually want to launch your EC2. So you have to check here first and see whether your location is close. So like me now, my location is close to this one. You understand? I'm in the country in Africa, that's Nigeria. So Nigeria is close to Cape Town. Cape Town is the closest to me. So you have to select. So if you're in another part of the world, just come here, look for any region that is close to your location. You can see them there. So that's it. Now the first thing I do there is just to go to this place, then type EC2. So once I type EC2, you can see it here. Then I can go to the dashboard. I can just click anyone I like, just click it. Now, the moment you are in this place now, this is the dashboard for EC2. So this one is going to show you whether you have some services under EC2 that are running or not. And see. So now, what I want to do now is I want to launch what I want to launch and the 2 instance. So what I'll just click on this instance. Then in this place now, I'm going to click on launch instances. I'm going to click on this. So now, once you click on launch an instance, then you come here. So the moment you are here, you can give it a name. You can see this is a name and type. So just come here and type my first web server. Anyhow you want it, just name it. Anything you like, give it something that you know that you can remember. Now here you are going to select what the application operating system. So here we have 3 types of operating system. We have the Amazon, we have Windows, and we have what? We have Linux. Okay? So now you can select, just go with this first one. Yes, and go with this first one because this one is that's free version and it's kind of good. Now, so the next thing there is you can see this is the architecture of what you have selected up there. This is the architecture. So you can see that's this. So this is just like boot mode, this is boot mode. Then this is the ID of this particular instance. Then this is the date and this is the username, the EC2 user. So now here now we have instance type. Instance type is based on like the kind of thing you want to put in that your particular web application or app that you are trying to work, that they are trying to build. So yeah, if you notice that maybe like 50 users or 100 users that want to be visiting that website, or maybe 500 users that will not perform much tasks on that particular website, you can choose t3.micro. But if you feel like maybe the website is like it's kind of overloaded, it's going to be very, very overloaded, so that a lot of users will visit it, you understand, make a lot of booking, they will write, they will, you understand, they will make a lot of requests, then you can go for, you see we have large, we have a lot of size here, large, medium, so you choose based on, you can see this one have 8 PCPU, you can see this one have 32 gig memory, so it's based on what you want to do, so that's what you select here. But because this one is just like a small stuff, so I'll select this particular one. This one is the smallest, and this one has a free tier, so I'll select it. Now the next thing there is what is the key pair. Now the key pair, this is what we use to secure, you understand, our connection to our instance. So it means that anytime we want to launch our instance, so we create a key pair before we can launch it. So I can select the one I have here before, or I can create a new one. So if you want to create a new one, just click on that. Then key pair name, can give it a name. You can say web key. You can see web key. So then choose this RSA, then .keepem, then click on create. So once you click on create, automatically it's going to create it and it's going to download it. You can see it here. This is it. So now that you have created that, then the next thing you go forward. Now you come to your network settings. So in this your network setting, this is where you are going to configure the kind of connection you want your EC2 to take, and the kind of connection you don't want your EC2 to take. Understand? So here now you can create a security group which is known as Firewall. Create it here for your EC2 so that you will not allow anybody to access it, or you can allow anybody to access it, or you can select the existing one. Like maybe if you have one that you have created before, you see, or you can choose the default security group, anyone you like. But yeah, I can create it based on my needs. So now allow SSH traffic from. So SSH traffic is what you yourself, you that you are creating the EC2, what you are going to use to access the EC2. You understand, in your terminal. So here now, the best way is for you to put your IP. That only you can access it. Only you can access it. Now because the EC2 that we want to launch is for web traffic, you understand. So you can enable I enable this one and enable this one, two of them like that. See it now. So that's it. So now scroll down, you see storage. So this is the storage. This is the storage. You can see this is the storage and this is the volume and other. So you may decide to leave it, just leave this one like that because you are using free version. So then just come to this advanced parts. Click on advanced part. If you go down, you see domain joint directory, all these IAM instance profile. Leave all this one, just go. Don't let us waste our time on this. All these settings too, they are part of instance auto recovery. We still do all this one later. Shutdown, hibernating behavior, all these things. But let's just first launch. Our aim is just to launch our EC2 web server. So you can see capacity establishment, a lot of them like that. See? So now once you get to this place, which is user data option, now this user data is used to install some software or some updates on your EC2 server, so that the moment you click on launch here, it's going to install some things, some dependencies. So let's say, for example, I'm trying to launch maybe a Node.js application now. You understand? So I'm going to use some pre-install, you understand, configuration. You can see install backend dependency. I'm going to use some pre-install. So this one is for, let me make it bigger. So this one is for Node.js application. You see, it's main stack and project. So now this echo now simply hello form. So I'm trying to install server inside my EC2. So is either I install Nginx or you understand, I install Nginx or Apache on it. So now you can see these are the things that is happening there. So you can see first thing is going to what is going to install the Node.js that I want in my server. Then it's going to go further and install some other things. You understand, PM2. You see, it's going to clone my main backend from the GitHub where I push it. It's going to clone it. A lot of things, a lot of configuration. So that the moment if I copy this one and I paste it in that user data, the moment I click on launch, it's going to what? It's going to do everything, install everything, configure everything, so that my EC2 will be ready for web application. Now, but the one I want to do is I want to install it with Apache. You understand? I don't want too much thing. See, so I want to install it. So you can see say updates, then install. See it now. HTTP. That's Apache server. Then you start Apache server. Then you enable it. Then once you enable it, then you should echo it and tell me, okay, welcome to my web server on EC2. See it now. If I copy this one now, so this one is for Apache. I can choose Nginx to anyone I like. So depend on the one you like. So you choose the last one, just paste it here. So this one now. So now I've set up my EC2. So the next thing is for me to launch it now. So this is the preview. Now now in this place, if I want to launch, maybe I want to launch like 3 EC2 or 4 EC2 or 5 EC2 or 10, any kind of EC2 I want to launch. I can decide to, with this same configuration, I can decide to do that here. Then my security group apps. So later we'll talk about more on security group. So let's just launch this so that we can see how it is done. So click on launch. Automatically your EC2 will start launching. You can see security group created, then launch. Now your EC2 has been launched. And see, if you go back to your instance now, so it's going to load it here. So it's already running. So now if I click on this, you see in this EC2 now, you can see the name, my first web server. I see the name now. Now we can see public IPv address. You can see this public IPv address means that address that I can use to access it. If I click on this one and I follow the address, now you see that it did not show me the website because automatically web browser will enforce HTTPS. If I click on it now, you see it is using HTTPS. But for me to see my EC2 live, I have to go to HTTP. So if I click on it now, you see, say welcome to my Apache web server on EC2. This exact text I put, welcome to my Apache web server on EC2. So like that now, that means your EC2 is actually working perfectly. So you see it. So you can see we have the public DNS, we have the private IP. You can see the private IP. Now, mind you, the difference between public IP and private IP is that private IP will never change. It will remain like that. But public will change. This public will change. If I try to stop my instance now, you see, just take note of this IP. Let me copy it somewhere. Let me copy it here. I've copied it. If I try to stop the instance, let me stop it. Let me stop this instance. Let me stop it. It is already stopping. Let me refresh and see whether it has stopped. stopping now. See that it is already stopping. So I want it to stop. That stopped totally, Abby. So now you can see the IP now. Now if I try to start it again, so you can see it is starting. So let's see. Now you see that the IP has changed. Let me copy this one and so that we can compare it. You see the difference. You see this one with 39, this one with 109. You can see two. So in IP address now you can see majorly these are the three things that usually change majorly in IP address. So you can see to change. So anytime you stop or you reboot your instance, the public IP will surely work, will surely change. Finally, so we have come to the end of the show. So this is how just to launch what an EC2 web server for your application. So let me terminate it. So just click on this one, see? Then click on terminate EC2. The initiated termination. Automatically is going to terminate it. Shutting down already. So it will terminate it. So that is the end for this lecture. I hope you like it. So please like, follow, and share for more updates. Please. So thank you. See you in my next video.